to the in here. So another Sand King. We've seen so much of him. I absolutely love casting the hero. Again, decent setup for the Sacred Arrow. And let's see how they execute it.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
Made for not going for any Wisp Tiny shenanigans, at least not from the beginning like they did with Q Club. I guess they're confident K4 would know how to counter such strategies if they showed their hand too early. And as usual, when it comes to this stage, the second phase of bans always eats up into that reserve time for both teams. And a Spirit Breaker ban, which is heartbreaking considering I am one of the biggest fans of Hamada's Spirit Breaker. Those of you that have watched previous tournaments, you will have known that about me. Hamada's Spirit Breaker and Hamada's Witch Doctor.
10 seconds remaining.
Love to cast those heroes for that player.
5 seconds remaining.
There's a Bat Rider ban.
Team ban.
And an Alchemist ban.
Dire team pick.
So let's see if K4 now go to complete their support duo combination, or choose to show a little bit of their carry hand.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
K4 not exactly rushing to take this pick, thinking long and hard about it, and why not? Both these teams' tournament lives are on the line now. Ogre Magi, third pick yet again. So that we do have the support duo, and it is a formidable one. I mean, a really strong early game. They're gonna have really strong lanes. Darkseer, great off-lane hero. He can stand on his own. Even if you manage to push him out, like I said earlier, he can transition to the jungle quite easily. Ogre Magi and Shadow Demon combination just are very run at you. Ogre Magi is so tanky. Very, very strong lanes by K4 so far. And now Made for, the onus is on them to try and deal with this. Are they going to avoid some of the lanes, accept that some of the lanes are lost, and try and... That's probably what they're going to do. There's no way they're going to try and win maybe 2 out of 3 lanes. They're probably going to take one lane and then try and move one of their heroes to the jungle to try and get his farm there. But they do still have 3 picks, so it's still flexible. It's just... So far, the 3 picks from Knownfor are just really tough early game. An Ancient Apparition. Relatively interesting. It does give them early game fighting with the Chilling Touch. But
10 seconds remaining.
Again, not exactly an Ancient Apparition game. Doesn't spring up at you as an obvious pick, but I personally love the hero and I pick him when there's no reason to either. I'm sure Made for do have a reason, however, we'll just have to find out what it is. and the Juggernaut pick.
Radiant
Jug
team
has
pick.
been coveted in this tournament, highly coveted. A lot of teams fighting for that pick, and K4 do get that Jug pick. K4 only...
10 seconds.
The Jug can be
remaining.
mid and he can be safe lane, so they either have a mid as the last hero or a safe laner. Whereas the Mirana is also similar in that aspect, although you would expect this to be a mid Mirana for attacker.
Sven stands ready.
And that is a safe lane Sven
Dire
coming
team
in
ban.
for LGD. Final bans here. I'm guessing K4 will ban an offlane hero. Unless they expect the Sand
10
King to go
seconds
offlane.
remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
You know, he's not exactly a bad offlaner, as his Caustic Finale will do damage to both Jug and
Reserve
Ogre Magi,
time.
but I feel like if he shows his face in that lane, he will get killed by those heroes. And they are assuming that it is gonna be a Bane offlane. Sorry, a Sand King offlane, so... And what are made for, gonna
10
assume,
seconds
about
remaining.
K4. An Invoker ban, so they are expecting the Jug
Radiant
to
team
most
pick.
probably be a safe lane hero. And I would agree with that.
Five seconds remaining.
Now, barely any reserve time left. They have to make this pick in the next 10
10
seconds.
seconds remaining.
And it is a Slardar.
Dire team pick.
Interesting. I believe that Slardar is the offlane hero and the Sand King will be a support slash roaming Sand King that will be setting up Mirana arrows as well as the Ancient Apparitions Arctic Blast.
10 seconds remaining.
As for Knownfor, they're probably going to look for a mid tier that matches up against Mirana unless they want to put the Jug there. They still have enough time to think about this.
Reserve time.
And think about it, they will. 10 seconds left now for K4 to seal out their draft.
5 seconds remaining.
Tinker.
And it is a Tinker mid, so really big pick for K4. I would like to say that I enjoy the Tinker pick. I think it counters the heavy armor of Sven and his, of course, his battle cry that buffs his teammates. So just pure magic damage coming in. I think it's a solid pick. I don't remember seeing Never Again play Tinker before, but I'm assuming he plays a pretty good one. Most people wouldn't. He's not the type of hero you just take on a whim. And yeah, we should go straight into it. Let's see if Victory can put up a performance like he did in the last game.
10
His
seconds
axe was
remaining.
immense and basically won the game for his team
5
against the
seconds
Q Club
remaining.
Kappas. Quick introduction of the teams and the lanes. Never Again on the mid Tinker. We have Hope on the offlane Darkseer, Shiro on the Ogre Magi, Heathens on the safe lane Juggernaut. Oh, and we have a switch up here. Heathens is now taking the mid Tinker, with Never Again playing the Jug. Seems to make more sense. And we have the Shadow Demon is the final hero. Oh no. Jokes being dissed out by the players. So we'll start by naming M4K's teams over here. We have LGD on the Sven, Attacker on that mid Mirana, Zeno on the Sand King, Victory on the off lane, supposedly Slardar, and Nux on that Ancient Apparition. Both teams seem to be in, and we should get started very soon. And we are ready to go. No time wasted. So, to decide who will be meeting Elab in the losers bracket final, we have K4 on the Radiant side, and we have M4KS on... Oh, I messed that up, guys. We have M4KS on the Radiant side and K4 on the Dire side. Will this man mark his debut as an official member of a CSL team by reaching the final? You're gonna have to do it the hard way through the losers bracket, and the first team standing in front of him from this point onwards is K4. Hope looking to make it out of there. Dano giving chase. Arrow does miss, and Hope will look. Oh, Hope does get caught. But they don't have enough to take him down. He could have skilled up his surge, but he chose not to because he wants to have a decent start on his lane with the Iron Shell.
The battle begins.
Smart money.
So let's see how this matchup goes for Heathens 1v1 with Attackers Mirana. Ward being planted here by K4, decent thing, while an aggressive ward has been planted up here by M4. And Hope could get caught out here. Dano has went the long way around. Does get caught out. And they do go on Hope. And Hope could die here. This could be the first blood. He does get caught out here. And first blood goes Zeno's way on the Sand King. But they are making a move on Victory. Victory will get out of this though. That was very well executed. And this tri-lane is lethal. And they just showed why. Hope cannot set 1 foot wrong. He will be punished. And they're going in on Victory again. Victory taking heavy damage. That's 3 stacks and he does go down. This time it's K4's turn. Hamada with the kill. And they'll be happy with that. Quick return kill. The arrow does connect on Heathens there by Attacker. Heathens does have a salve. I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to pop it yet. As for Victory, he's going to secure the top rune, but he will be met by Hamada. But I don't think Hamada can really fight this. So he's just gonna go for some quick harass. And Zeno also gets the bottom rune. Hope playing it very carefully. Doesn't want to be punished like he was last time. Hamada still chasing Victory. He's got 5 stacks on him so far. 6 stacks on him. And Victory does land the stun. Oh, and he takes a lot of damage. And there comes Shiro. And they do get the kill. Shiro with a long walk in. And now Tinker is being chased by Zeno. And the arrow almost connects with Heathens. But now they're turning around and Shiro and Hamada are moving in. Does Attacker have leap skilled? He does. Attacker is doing as much damage as possible as he can. And he's gonna almost take out Heathens. Heathens looks to get out. The image, the illusion of the Sand King does take him out. So Zeno so far with 2 kills. Relatively even at this stage. But a Tinker going down does hurt K4 a lot. And Attacker again landing the arrow, so showing he's very well versed with that skill. Landing it countless times on this Tinker so far. Short range arrows, but nonetheless he's timing it quite well.
Out of my way.
Unless Attacker is going for the creep last hits with the arrow and Tinker is intentionally blocking those arrows.
I'll take your tribute.
Attacker goes for another one and this time he does get the creep last hit. While Hamada covers a regen rune up top. I think he wants this Tinker to come pick it up. Regen rune, an incredible rune to be bottled by Tinker. And he does go for it, but Zeno is making his way up and I don't think he's gonna let Hamada... Yeah, Hamada was forced to take their regen rune there. The reason I'm focusing on mid guys is because it seems like both offlane heroes have given up on their lanes and have chosen to jungle for a bit, while these lanes are very stagnant. So Tinker will be... It's an acceptable position that he's in. Trade has been... Oh! And Attacker does go for that as Zeno tries to set it up. But the arrow misses. And some action here as Hope is taking some creep kills. But Hope could die for this. And he will die for this. And not really worth it. LGD gets... another, his first kill. He got an assist last time. And they are going on Hamada here. They do take out Hamada. That arrow did too much damage, but Heathens gets a kill of his own.
I really should patent that effect.
Maybe not worth it. Definitely not worth it for M4KS. As Tinker takes out that Mirana. And Tinker is now level 6. They're making a move on Victory here. Victory taking too much damage. He is gonna go down here. Definitely nice for K4. And Heathens gets protected by Hamada. Hamada could suffer for this. Oh no, and Heathens takes too much damage from that Star Storm. He looks to get out of there. Hamada is dead. And Heathens is forced to get out of there. This combination of the Burrow Strike need P. A bio break there by one of our players. And so far, take a look and look at that. It's still very early, but that's pretty much what's been going on this game. Not so much on the gold front as the last hits. Actually, I thought the last hits were going more in favor of K4, so I guess the gold advantage is just how badly the supports have been doing, as Hamada has died twice on the Shadow Demon and 2 deaths on their offlane hero. All things considered, Hope is still doing decent with last hits on his Darkseer, and why wouldn't he be? Whereas Victory is not doing so well on the Slardar, only level 4. Whereas the Darkseer is level 5 and has around almost 3 times the last hits of the offlane Slardar. So in the last hits department, I would say K4 will be the happier of the two teams. But they should be worried about this Mirana Sand King combination. The Ready Start do a lot of damage. And even with two heroes there, they showed they can't really contest it. We are back in.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Up tower gonna be sacrificed here by M4KS. They are making a move here, and the smoke does come in. Are gonna look. They might catch Hamada again. Hamada does pick up the windlace, and they do spot M4KS. Hamada does get out of there, and this is a wasted smoke and a lot of wasted time for M4KS. Tinker around 700 gold away from his Boots of Travel. Oh, and they almost get a kill on Zeno, who does use Sandstorm to dodge that.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And the top tower does go down. Uncontested. Not the biggest deal in the world. It's pretty, it's the least important tower you can lose as the Radiant side. Whereas neither team, since that smoke from M4KS, has tried to make a move. I'm surprised K4 haven't tried going for a smoke gank or two. I think they're just waiting for Tinker's Boots of Travel, and he's so close to getting it, and this should be it right here. And it is it, and the Boots of Travel should be on their way here. Nothing outside the ordinary levels. Ancient Apparition is very close to his level 6, and he'll be very happy about that. Whereas Sand King, and there is a level 6, an immediate smoke to set up that Ice Blast. They're looking, find someone in mid, and they're gonna find Hamada here, and Hamada could be dead. Oh, and he dodges it with his disruption. Hamada will live for now, but he does freeze. And the arrow connects on Heathens. And they need some help here, otherwise Heathens is going to go down too. And he does go down. Attacker's arrow does a lot of damage. And that was a huge double pickoff by K4. Big plays and a big arrow. Hope does get stunned here, and Hope will go down here. LGD doing too much damage with his God Strength, and another kill going M4KS's way.
Radiant's middle tower
This is
under
looking
attack.
pretty tough.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And the farm of Juggernaut is the saving grace so far for K4. But that Mirana on 2,400 gold away from her Aghanims. And no real attempts of getting a kill so far by K4. A very passive game by them. And again, it's M4KS pushing the initiative, coming around. And are they gonna find someone here? Oh no. They might find oh, they turn around. They're gonna find Hope here, but they could have found Heathens. And Hope will get out of there. And Never Again comes in, and he comes looking to do some damage, and they're running away. They don't want to fight this Juggernaut right now. And he does get Nux, and they might go for more. Attacker does get a comeback kill on that Darkseer. And then they just disengage. And the top lane will be pushed in. Victory Slardar still not the best game for Victory so far. 0 kills, 3 deaths, and 0 assists. But he's not too far off his Blink Dagger, and that could change things for him. Tinker does go down to Ancient Apparition. And the only thing I could think of was an Arctic Blast. And that is huge. Big plays by Nux. Ice Blast, apologies.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So not the best position right now for K4. The advantage is going M4K's way, and biggest issue is I feel like Tinker hasn't even got going yet with his split push or with any of it, and he's just died 3 times already. It's looking rough. I am a little surprised at the vision, the limited vision of M4KS, only with 1 ward up here to speak of. Whereas the warding from K4 has been much more diligent. And this Tinker should transition to the jungle now as the neutrals spawn. And he does. Never Again's Juggernaut is not far from his Battle Fury. Just another 900 gold. Forced to go back here as Zeno comes in. Zeno has been a monster so far on this Sand King. 4-0 and 5. And they are making their move back to middle. And he senses this coming, and he's making his way all the way back. Literally on foot. Oh no. Hamada will pay for this. He tanks the gank. And he does go down. Non-stop ganks by M4KS, and almost every single one has worked.
That was an
Radiant's top
unqualified
tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Apologize, guys. Technical difficulties. Big double kill there by M4KS. And the pause. No specific reason called for the pause. And K4 actually So just some confusion by the players. Not sure what that pause was about.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Bloody ones, thank you.
And they are gonna... They
Radiant's
have
bottom
Sven
tower
to take
is
out
under
that
attack.
Roshan. This game is slowly, no, well, not slowly, it's actually pretty at a fast pace
Dire's
falling
bottom tower is under attack.
out of K4's hands, and they need to be proactive. They can't just keep waiting for M4KS to be the ones that go for the gank, that go for the smoke gank, that make the move, try and make the plays. Never Again now does have his Battle Fury. Oh, and they go for a stun, and Shiro could go down here. The Arctic Blast does connect, and Shiro does go down. Heavy damage going in on LGD, but the Sven tries to fight back. Hope might go down here. No, he doesn't. Good cover by Heathens, doing a lot of damage. Hope still could go down. Victory goes down instead, and that's exactly the fight they needed. K4 are turning this around. Zeno goes for the kill on Hope. An attacker comes in and gets a double kill, but now attacker could be in trouble. He leaps out of there, and Heathen's looking for that kill. He could get it. He doesn't have enough mana right now. He has the laser, but he chooses to turn around. And there is a Sand King coming after him. He misses the Burrow Strike. Arrow comes in, and Heathens does dodge it. Oh, an attacker being jumped by Shiro, but I don't think Shiro has enough to do this.
Radiant structures
An
are
attacker
fortified.
will get out of there. That Arctic Blast, Ice Blast was fired almost just for cover.
Radiant's bottom tower has been denied.
So K4 almost having a great fight in their favor, but then attacker came in and got a double kill. Almost made it a triple kill. So he's definitely living up to his famous name this game. He's put up quite a performance. But K4 definitely not out of it, especially after what they just
Dire's
showed.
top tower is under attack.
The Tinker, though, is a little bit far behind for where he wants to be at this point in the game. Does have a blink now, so he can get his split pushing going, and it's a little difficult to stop. And the scan is used by the Radiant, and they do see where the Dire are, and they are making a move, but they are walking into
Radiant's
quite a
top
force.
tower is under
And there is a sentry here, and they do see them. They do get the stun on Hope, and the Ice Blast comes in, but the Ice Blast completely whips everyone, and now they're going on Juggernaut. Juggernaut could be in trouble here. He does use the Omni defensively, almost takes out the Sven. The Sven does go down, but so does the Juggernaut. And Tinker is coming in. Tinker does come in, and there comes the March of the Machines! An attacker goes down, but so does Tinker at the same time. And it's a bloodbath right under the tower. And Shadow Demon does look like he's gonna go down here. He will. Zeno comes in to secure the kill, and that's a team wipe
Finish it.
in favor of M4KS. What a fight. And that was all under a tier 2 tower when the tier 1 tower is still up. Not a good sign for K4 fans. I mean, the fight looked good for a little bit, but it got rougher as time went by. I mean, Shadow Demon is the one that took Attacker's kill streak at the end, and that's not exactly what you want. And Attacker still managed to take out the Tinker after he died. So again, this Tinker not exactly getting what he wants, and oh, they're making a move on the Tinker, and Heathens could be in trouble here. He's trying to find his way out. He gets caught by the arrow, and Heathens does go down again. Disaster for Tinker. This is looking grim. Very, very grim for K4. You can't have your Tinker die this many times in a row. A disconnect from the Sven. We should be getting back shortly, as a quick connect is done by LG. And heavy pings by the Ancient Apparition.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And M4KS want to fight at every opportunity right now. Especially when the Tinker is down. And K4 know they can't fight this.
What surge is this?
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Jug still maintaining his top farm. So credit to him for managing to do that, but Tinker is falling further and further behind.
Has fallen.
And Heathen will be happy with this performance so far.
Dire's top
He knows
tower
he
is under
have
attack.
a much bigger impact on this game, but he's been caught out far too many times. This Tinker has 6 deaths. I mean, that's just far too much. And doing some harass here, and Victory is moving in. He's gonna catch. Oh no, he misses everyone with his stun. Oh no. He could have gotten so much from that. Now they end up getting nothing. And they know this Ancient Apparition's alone, so Nux could be in huge trouble here. And the vacuum will keep him there. Nux will die. Ethans gets a much needed kill there. And that was welcome indeed for K4. Well, K4 did have a huge comeback in their last game to get here. And they're gonna need at least a medium-sized comeback in this one if they want to stay in this tournament. Heathens could be dead here again. Oh, and Dano takes a little long making a decision, and he has to get out of there.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Heathens with a regen rune, that'll be quite nice if he manages to utilize it properly. Going for a little bit more farm. Attacker has stayed neck and neck with this Juggernaut in terms of farm. And they are making a move. Zeno has been impeccable on the Sand King. 5 kills, 0 deaths, and 13 assists. And he has been my MVP of the match so far. Although Attacker hasn't been bad either. He's had arrows that have won fights single-handedly.
Yes.
And Mirana does use her ulti, and Mirana does get a kill on Tinker. Attacker solo killing the Tinker, using his Cloak of Shadows to just get close and get another kill. And there's another fight happening in the mid. Never Against Juggernaut does go down. There is the Vac wall, but they can't fight this. And Hamada gets caught by Attacker's arrow. And Hamada goes down, and Hope is gonna go down too, and K4 are falling apart here. This could be the end for them. I mean,
Middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
they're gonna lose this, and
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
they're gonna at least try and force buybacks out here.
Dire's
Or are they?
middle
No, it looks like they're going to Roche instead. And that invisibility rune could be key. Depending on who takes it, K4 cannot contest this Roche right now. They do use a scan, and yeah. Heathen's just trying his best to find something. He's fighting for scraps at this point. And they know he's there. He barely gets out.
I'll take your tribute.
Attacker well on his way to get his Ethereal Blade. He's not far off it. And then he can actually blow up any one of K4's heroes single-handedly. And they do make a move on Attacker, and he looks to get out of here, and Heathens is still going for him. He blink dodges that rocket, and that was well played by Attacker. And that one hero that has been so farmed all game got picked off the last one. It was brilliant initiation by M4KS, and I'm not sure what K4 are relying on now. In my opinion, K4 will look back at this game and feel a little disappointed. They haven't, if they do lose it, I just feel like they haven't pushed the initiative enough. I mean, now they're doing it, they're going for a smoke, but they should have done plays like this a while earlier, and they just let M4KS all of it, and so many of their ganks were successful as a result. So they're not going to find anything, but M4KS are coming around this way, and it could be devastating. Attacker's Mirana going up in the front. And she could get scattered out here. She throws the arrow and connects on hope. The disruption save is used, but they actually were not going in on it. It was just a scouting arrow.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They're forced to disengage and continue farming, while K4 practically wait their base. K4 pride themselves on being very good high ground defense, and they would like to draw the game out as long as possible, but
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
it can be literally blink of an eye moment where Sven blinks in, banks you twice with that fat sword of his, and you've lost 2-3 heroes possibly. And that can start with a Slardar Crush, the Sand King Burrow Strike, with a Marana Arrow, a million things to start off the fight in favor of M4KS if K4 want to play defensive. And there's another arrow by attacker. Again, another scouting arrow, and barely misses the Ogre. And pictures drawn by that Sand King. Thanos Sand King. An attacker now going for a Dagon E-Blade build. I mean, he already has the E-Blade, the Dagon comes next. Get ready for fireworks, guys. Exactly where attacker is right now. Are they gonna make a move on this, or are they worried about where the rest of M4KS are? And they probably are. They also have a ward here, so here comes the arrow. Not really gonna connect with anyone. And as stated earlier, they're gonna let their tier 2 go, and they're gonna try and defend their tier 3s instead and use the high ground to their advantage. Tinker, not an easy high ground hero to push against.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And they are gonna push the high ground. Quite brave by M4KS. Possibly getting a little impatient here. And Hamada does blow up to attacker. And the Aegis is used up. The attacker no longer has that Aegis. The Crush comes in and connects with 2. But victory does go down. Attacker a little late with the Cloak of Shadows, but you can't blame him for that. He might go for an arrow here. And he's thinking about going on Shiro. And Shiro could be in trouble, but the Darkseer comes in to help him out. And they will look to get away. And Juggernaut does get another kill on the Ancient Apparition. So 3 kills there for K4, just to show that they're not ready to give up just yet. And another pause. Beautiful sound effects of Tinker's March going on over here. Let's get away from all that. Apologies. And attacker's Mirana does have his Dagon E-Blade Aghanims combination. And we saw it go to work there when he blew up Hamada's Shadow Demon. And a Tinker Aghs is bought. Makes the high ground push against Tinker even harder. That was a big fight for K4, I mean. Not that big, right? But I mean, it was something. It was definitely a victory for them. And let's see if they can push on with that advantage, because it's always been one step forward, two steps back for K4 so far this game. An attacker with the Arcane Rune will use that arrow quite freely to scout.
Shadows take us.
An attacker is making a move with his Mirana. And he is thinking about making a move, and the Ice Blast does come in, but they sense it coming, and attacker does get out of there. Bottom with his boots of travel. And they do make a move on Heathens, who gets blown up by attacker. That's the amount of burst he has on him right now, and his Dagon is about to be a level 2 Dagon in a few seconds.
A soldier's fortune.
Too much burst coming out of attacker's Mirana at this point.
Swifter than ever.
And it's looking rough again for K4, and attacker goes in for Shiro. Shiro does get the stun on attacker, but not enough, and Sven is gonna now kill Hamada, who got hit by the Ice Blast. And it's a full retreat. Never again could fall here too.
Dire's bottom
Full
tower is
retreat
under attack.
by K4, but they're still going in here. Oh my god. Zeno actually going for psychotic plays,
Dire's bottom tower has
and
fallen.
they should get a sentry. Their sentry never comes in. And they're losing their racks, and they're losing this game, guys. Now the top tower does go down. And never again just taking too much damage on this. He does go for the Omni, and it does do significant damage, but Sven trying to turn it around. The Ice Blast does come in and misses everything. So they'll take it. That is something. A kill on that Sven. Big XP and gold going one way, 1,207, but again, going to the Darkseer. I mean, if that went to the Tinker or maybe the Jug,
I'll take your tribute.
feel the difference, but not the case.
Then
Oh no, never again could be in huge trouble here. And he is in huge trouble, and he's gonna die. Instant explosion by attacker. And it's too easy at this point. The setup from M4 is just strong.
Dire's
And
bottom
things
tower
could turn
is
out
under
very bad here. If K4 make one misstep, you know who's gonna be ready to pounce. Arrow does come in and slightly misses. And now it looks like Slardar is moving around. And they decide against another arrow thrown. No avail, however. And right now that we're going through the motions here. I mean, K4, it's reached the point where K4 will need a minor miracle to turn this game around. And now an Aegis for this attacker Mirana. If he wasn't terrifying enough before, now needs to be killed twice. And he's making his way around. He's looking to blow someone up. They sense this is coming. Hamada is gonna try and hide, but the ogre gets caught. The Omni Slash does come in, and Victory will pay with his life. The arrow almost gets the jug, but is it enough? Oh, there's mischance right now. An attacker is taking some damage. He does have the Aegis still. Aegis does not dissipate. Yes, it does now after the purge is over. But the Sand King and the Sven are going in. Sven is being kited. Can they take out this Sven? They're so close. They do take out the Sven. And now attacker could die here too. And they do take out the attacker. And 1,661 gold going Heathen's way. And maybe that is the start of a minor miracle. I mean, they needed the right heroes to start getting the kills, and Tinker does get the kills then. Yeah, it was at the cost of a buyback though, so it kind of balances itself out. Still though, a very big kill on attacker. They took down the Aegis, then they took down the hero. And Never Again takes out the tower, and he's gonna take out Nux here. There's no way out. Well, that's a team wipe by K4. Could they really be doing this? Are K4 the new comeback kings? I mean, if they win a game like this, then hands down they are. Some banter between the players there. And Victory is gonna go for hope here, and a little late with the stun. Will not get the kill. And Juggernaut does get his boost of travel. And he's quasi 6 slotted at this point. I mean, just has to turn his Basher into an Abyssal Blade and he'll be quite content where he's at in the game. Juggernaut has never fallen too far behind in farm, and he deserves credit for that. The Tinker has, however, fallen quite far in this game, and he's on the road to the comeback. That kill on attacker paid for his buyback and then some. And just making sure that there's no aggressive wards planted by M4 in K4's jungle. The K4 doing their best to have all vision around their base. And Victory is going in again here to try and set up a kill. Doesn't find anything. And he is pinged to retreat. Needs to get out of there. And he stays a little too long, but he manages to get out anyway. So M4 a little bit hesitant suddenly after the way the last few fights have gone, and they're not so sure about this game anymore, and K4 are doing it again. They're dragging this game out. They're finding a way to make it extend as long as possible, and they're taking advantage of M4KS's mistakes. All gone a little quiet right now.
A soldier's fortune.
And the Ice Blast does come in, and it does catch the Tinker. It's go time right now, and they blow up the Tinker. Attacker goes in, but he dies himself. So it is a 1-for-1, and Shiro will go down here to the Sven. But the Vac Wall comes in, and it does significant damage. Shiro is still alive, and Juggernaut looks to make it out as well. Not sure how K4 are making this an even fight, but it very much is exactly that. Oh, and Juggernaut could go down here, and if he does go down, he gets saved by Shadow Demon, but I don't know if there's any way out of this for Juggernaut. He does go down, and they get a kill themselves. An immediate buyback from Juggernaut. Sand King trying to live long enough to do enough damage. And Sven could go down here. Sand King goes down, and Sven will look to get out, and Sven does get out. So maybe not the best fight considering Juggernaut had to buy back there, but relatively even, all things considered. And K4 find a way to survive. I mean, it had to be go time when they landed that Ice Blast on that Tinker. And Attacker, duly obliged, jumped in there and blew up the Tinker, but was at the cost of his own life. And I'm not sure the Tinker is... I'm pretty sure actually the Tinker is not worth the Mirana's life at this stage of the game, because Mirana is so far ahead in farm. A 1-for-1 there is a loss for M4KS. This is a Dagon 5 E-Blade Mirana we're talking about. And he is looking for that Tinker. He does not find him. He barely gets out of there. An Attacker wants more. Coming in with Light Shadows. And there is no tower up here to scout him. Is he gonna make that move? He chooses against it. Back. And the ward does see him. So they're very well aware that Attacker is up there. And they're making a move on Heathens, and Heathens could die here. But there's the counter initiation by K4, and can they do enough? Heathens is still alive. Sven now going ape. And Sven doing so much damage, but Sven being stunned up, and can they take out Sven? This could be huge. Juggernaut does take out Sven, and Juggernaut's still alive. K4 are winning this fight. And they get another kill. And Attacker goes down, and it's a team wipe. It's a team wipe. K4 are turning this game around. This is incredible, guys. Incredible heart by K4, and I mean M4KS must be shell-shocked right now. This feels like a throw, guys. Well, we can't throw, like, leave it down to just, you know, calling it a throw or whatever, because K4 have done it perfect. You know, they frustrated M4KS into hurrying their attack and making those few mistakes that they'd punish. And they've punished them, and now, I mean, you're gonna see this graph is gonna spike downwards, and I feel like it's not an even game yet with net worth, but momentum is all in K4's favor. And here's an Ice Blast coming in. It does land on that Juggernaut, and he is forced to retreat. Tinker does come in, and can they get Zeno here? Did Zeno just sacrifice his life? Oh, Zeno's barely alive, but Zeno does go down. And no, they could lose Ancient Apparition as well. Oh, they're getting racks here. And there's no time for M4KS to defend this. So bottom racks will go down here. Oh my word.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Sorry guys, I'm speechless after the events that just transpired, and incredibly this is a coming up to an even game. I mean, the net worth is not even. There's a 10,000 lead in favor of M4KS, but the game just feels very even at this point. And it feels like one more fight. One big team fight in favor of M4KS. There's a disconnect there and an immediate pause. One more big team fight in favor of M4KS, and they could push on and finish the game that they should have maybe finished a little while ago. And one more team fight win for K4, and I could see them winning this game.
Spoil that shot.
And we are back on their way. Apologies for that. Everyone took a quick break, including the caster himself, Roxbridge. And here we go again. Rinse and repeat. They are gonna wait for M4KS to get impatient, and
Shadows, take us.
in the case, attacker is coming in looking for a kill here. And we'll spot out illusion by Juggernaut. And they are making their own move now to the bottom, and they are looking for this Sven. He does have cover here, but the Sven could be in big trouble, and this kill could be huge. Sven could turn this around, and he does try and turn this around. And he blows. Oh, and the Tinker does go down to the Mirana on the other side of the map. But they're still taking out the Sven. The Ice Blast comes in and blows up the Ogre. So the Sven does go down. They lose 2 heroes for it, and there is a gem there.
Top barracks are under attack.
Oh no, and Darkseer is stuck there. Beautiful play by Zeno. Do they have enough? Looks to be that Hope is gonna get out of there, but he is. Hamada tries to save him, and Hamada could go down here as well. And now it's K4 again on the back foot, and although meanwhile Never Again is being attacked by Attacker. Excuse the pun, but he does turn around on Attacker, and he's doing heavy damage. Attacker looks to try and make it out there. He pops the BKB, and he's just moving too fast, and he has a blink dagger any second now. He does blink out. Attacker does make it out of there, but K4 have lost 4.
Top barracks are
And
under attack.
I don't think M4KS are going to give them any time to breathe here. They're sprinting, beelining it up there. And Hope just runs in, and Hope could die for free here, and the Ice Blast comes in, and it does connect and take him out, and Jug has to back off. And now they're immediately going to go for these top racks. Sven does use his God's Strength. He takes out one, and here goes the second racks. Is there no buyback on this Tinker?
Has fallen.
It seems that the buyback is on cooldown for this Tinker. Oh, and they get another. They get Ogre, and they might get Hamada here, and this could be game over. Jug trying to do his best to fight them off, but he's going to go down here, and that is... Jug does have buyback. Jug does have buyback, but can he fight against the world here? He has Omni Slash up very soon. Attacker does move in on him, and the Ice Blast comes in, but he does Omni Slash, and he does heavy damage to Attacker. But I don't think Jug has enough to fight this. Tinker does come in, and he does use his Aghanim Scepter Laser just to try and delay this, but I don't think they can delay it enough. He's doing his best here, but the Sven pops a BKB. I don't think there's any stopping the Sven right now. He's gonna get Megas. And they go in on the Sven. Oh, but Tinker gets blown up by Attacker, and the Sven just doesn't die. He finally goes down. And Jug now switching his attention to Attacker, while Tinker could go down here, and he will go down to this Sand King. He does go down to the Sand King, and Jug trying his best to fight the brave lone fight by himself, but he literally has to do this single-handedly at this point, and K4 not giving up, not after all this time. They're gonna try and do it, and a line is drawn from Shadow Demon pointing downwards, basically saying that is the only lane we took. Force it and throne them, but realistically speaking, that can't happen. And Victory just delaying Never Again as much as he can, and the Ice Blast is gonna force him to back off. And they are gonna chase this. Victory moving in on it, and Zeno too, both. They're trying to save the Jug here. He has to live. And the Jug turns it around and goes on Victory. Victory could get punished for this. The Yules keeps him alive. Now Zeno trying to make his way out of there. The Tinker doing so much damage from the high ground, and Zeno does go down. Victory could go down too. What are M4KS doing? Are they throwing this away? Victory goes down too. They have 4 heroes down. Nux could also go down. This could be a team wipe, and it is a team wipe. If K4 ever had a chance, they have to send someone back to their base right now to deal with these mega creeps and push with the rest. This is honestly so much. This is the most heart I've seen this tournament so far, represented by K4, but is it too late? Can they survive long enough with the megas? And you hear that, that's Attacker's Mirana coming in, looking for a kill. The Radiant have used the scan and realized Roshan is not there, and K4 again gonna wait this out. I'm not sure. I thought that was the best opportunity they were ever gonna have, especially with barely any buybacks left on the Radiant side. An Attacker is gonna come here looking for more kills. Excuse me. Ballsy play by Attacker. He is alone over here, but he sees all the opponents and he doesn't feel too threatened, and he could go in on this Ogre, and he's out of there in the blink of an eye. And they're trying their best to deal with these mega creeps, and this Ice Blast just scouting so far. Just misses that Tinker. Attacker looking for that pick off that could spell the end for K4.
Haste.
And he has Victory's Slardar joining him up top. And now Roche as insurance. Never again. I don't think he wants to go on this Jug. He'd prefer any other hero right now. An attacker just clearing the waves and delaying them while his team gets that Roche. Smart play by attacker, and now his team will join him for the bottom push. And with all the heart that K4 have, can they deal with Megas and killing Sven twice and the cheese? It's just too difficult at this point. The initiation would have to be impeccable. And I don't know if anything is that impeccable. So this will be the last fight of the game. An Ogre could be picked off here, and they do go on Ogre, and Ogre does get blown up, and that's one hero down. And could that be the end of the game? The arrow connects on Hamada. That's another hero down. That's a 3-man vac wall, so not bad. And Juggernaut doing a lot of damage on Sven, but he has an Aegis, so it doesn't matter. It's good game. And that has to be it. The Tinker going for some more, and that is it. Congratulations to M4KS. That was a very long, drawn out, and entertaining game. They will be moving on to face Elab next in our losers bracket final, and a huge congratulations to K4 for showing the most heart I have seen this tournament. We have seen this tournament. Great game played by them. They did whatever they could to try and make a game out of it when it looked over around 30 minutes ago. Congratulations to them. They have finished 4th place in the GeForce Cup. We will see you guys for our next game between Elab and M4KS.